them all the cards flipped over for this question. I'm just going to quickly summarize them all again. We had a question that was about fairness or possibly injustice. It was being crossed or opposed by a question, by a situation of perhaps inheritance or something materialistic related to the material, work, money, inheritance, job, apprenticeship, family. Then we move to this card, which is the Seven of Cups. We had Justice in the first position, the Ten of Coins in the second position, the Seven of Cups in the Seven of Cups in the third position, which is the obvious and physical part of our question. The Seven of Cups in this position it represents imagination, it represents willing to wait. This would be willing for the person, willing to wait, meaning that I believe that means is that there's an acceptance of whatever the justice or injustice has been or is going to be. There's an acceptance of it, or at least there is an appearance of an acceptance of it. Now we're going to move down to our hidden part, the part of the question that is not being seen by the person asking it, and that card is the Emperor. The Emperor represents masculine forces. It represents control. It represents power. It represents dominance. It represents fatherhood. It represents fatherhood, parent. The masculine father figure. It represents control. It represents, to a certain degree, power, and the right to rule autocratically. What I believe this card in this position is saying is that perhaps the approach of the obvious part is either not their true intention, or the person asking this question is missing this, is not relying upon is not being forceful enough, or not taking a strong enough stance in defense, perhaps. But a lot of it has to do, I think, with the card above it here, which is a card of waiting, a card of imagination, a card of dreaming, the Seven of Cups. So from here we're going to move to the fifth position, which is going to represent the past. In the past we have a very strong, authoritative, masculine figure, possibly a mother or a father, someone who wields power with an iron, or wields power with the sharp blade. This card represents the defense of criticism, or being attacked by a critical way. This card comes in the past, before this question was asked. So in the past there was either opposition by a father figure or some type of strong masculine presence that was either critical or being criticized. From here we move on to our next card, which is going to represent the future for this spread. And for the future we have communication, diplomacy, agreement. So this is all kind of makes sense. It's coming to a balance between these two forces, perhaps. We now move to the seventh position over here, which is the Prince of Cups. The Prince of Cups is going to represent you, the person asking the question. This represents young ambition. This is actually the Prince of Pence. When I say Prince of Cups, I meant the Prince of Pentacles. This is the Prince of Pentacles, which is the Page of Coin. And it represents entrepreneurship, young apprentice that's just starting, but very good at what he does, someone who's confident, someone who's wealthy, someone who's well off, someone who's in touch with the material world. We move to the next card, which is the point of view of others, and we have a card here it's the Four of Cups, I believe. The Four of Cups is a cup of waiting, of patience, of daydreaming, of idly wasting your time. This card and this card, the Seven of Wands, or Seven of Cups, and the Four of Cups are tied together. And so one card is the appearance, or the outside appearance, and the other, the Seven of Cups is the outside appearance, and the point of view of others is the Four of Cups, meaning that perhaps you're wasting some time, you're daydreaming, you're just waiting, you're stuck in a rut, you're in a habit. We now move to our ninth card, which is your hopes and fears for this question, and it's death. So hopefully it's not a death sentence, that this was like actually a card that represented just like maybe, committing some kind of a crime that was so bad that you could be punished by death. But this could also mean a number of other things. If it was work-related or inheritance and family-related, this could represent the passing of a family member. This could represent failure. This could represent something, some kind of change that you know is coming, that can't be avoided, and this card is going to require you to confront that, or you're afraid to confront it, or you wish to confront it. You think hopes and fears. Hopes and fears is both with the same card. And so our final card here, this card is going to represent the ending. So here we have another pentacle. We have three pentacles. We have the Ten of Pentacles, representing the opposition to the question, the polarity of the question. We then have the Prince of Coin here in the position of you, representing young, enthusiastic apprentice, young child, perhaps a child if this is a question family. And then what we have here, the crowning position, is a matured King of Coin in the position of the ending. So this, all in all, is quite favorable. And looks like if you are currently the Prince of Coin, and you end up being the King of Coin, then you've probably had a successful life. But this doesn't. This shouldn't really apply for like way into the future. Hopefully. I mean, it can apply however you want it, but normally, what I'm told is that this is like a forecast for like past the next 6 months or whatever. But you can read it however you want.